Hi, it's Jen from Shabby Fabrics. I am thrilled to show you our newest club. This is the Woolly Candle Mat Club. We had an absolute blast putting 12 projects together, one for every single month. I want to show them all. We'll pan through all of them, of course, but they're just so amazing. All wool, every single piece. So even if you have never done wool before, jump in and give it a try. I'm still very new to wool. It's only been a couple years now. I love working with cotton and wool. So it's just a wonderful additional kind of substrate. The wool feels different in your hands. It's fun, and there's just a texture about it that I absolutely love. So let me tell you about the program. It starts in September of 2020, and what we'll do each month is we'll be sure to ship you the month ahead. So what that means is in September, we'll go ahead and send you your kit for October. That way you have the month of September to complete that, so that you'll be able to display that for the entire next month. And we'll continue like that throughout the program. Now, in your shipment, of course, you'll be receiving all of these amazing wools. And by the way, just securing this wool that's in the background was really challenging. We have limited amounts. So of the other types of wools where we're able to hand dye those, of course, we can redo that. We can make that again and again. But these specialty wools, let me show you the October or the November one. They're just so unique. We were able to secure as much as we could find, but again, there's limited space. So please don't delay. I don't want you to be disappointed if you go, I waited and now it's sold out. So grab that spot if this speaks to your heart. In your kit, you will receive all the wools you're seeing. So this one, for example, for December, you would receive all of your, of course, your black background, this specialty wool out here, and you have black again for your backing. So you're able to have all of your stitching covered up, and it's just nice and smooth. All of them will have a black backing. And any specialty buttons will also be included. We have those in various ones as well. We have certainly ones that are just woven in colors, but also plenty of hand dye. And that's just what makes it so beautiful. Like this one in particular, you know, you could not achieve the beauty of those leaves if you weren't using hand-dyed wool. And if you know anything about wool at all, hand-dyed is done just a little batch at a time. It's really special, and no two batches are identical. And I love that it is truly, truly very special. And that's what I think I love so much about wool, and especially with hand-dyed wools, is just the characteristic and the beauty is truly hand done. Now, in your shipment, you'll of course receive a photo of the project as well as tracing diagrams that are reversed for fusible applique. So if you want to go ahead and use a fusible webbing, that'll already be taken care of for you, as well as a layout diagram. And I love that. That way we can be pre-assembling our jack-o'-lantern here and our hat here, and that way we're moving it onto the background as a finished unit versus bringing those pieces to the background one by one. So that's how the program will be running. Be sure to grab your spot and tag a friend, maybe somebody that you've been wanting to have join in on the fun, and maybe this is their chance. So let me roll into what are the other things you might want to consider when doing this program. We've got some beautiful thread sets out here. The first one that's displayed, the big one there in the very front, that is a Sulky 12-weight cotton thread, and that can be done either by machine or by hand. And that's of course used to stitch down all of the applique to the background. If you want to go ahead and do that by machine, you can absolutely do that. If you want to do that by hand, again, you can absolutely do that as you prefer. If you are going to use that by machine, the Super Non-Stick size 80-12 is a great needle for that. You might even want to consider the size 100 over 12 Super Non-Stick, because it has an even bigger eye to accommodate that thread. Either of those would actually work. The 100 is just a little bit easier to thread. And then of course you can just do that by hand with any of our needles here at Shabby Fabrics. This other thread set, what is that all about? Well, of course, we couldn't resist adding some hand embroidery. So here are little raindrops. just a small little hand embroidery set that will be good throughout the entire club. So we don't have a bunch of little thread sets, but rather just one of the hand embroidery thread sets, and that will be good throughout your entire program, stitching the vein of the leaves and the little back stitch and the French knots. Speaking of these hand embroidery stitches, those may be new to you. Whenever we have a club, we have an exclusive Facebook group. You're able to jump in, no extra charge. It's a lot of fun, lots of conversation. There's additional videos there where I'll be showing you how to do the process of using applique pressing sheets and light boxes and layout diagrams to pre-assemble units and bringing them onto the background as one. That'll be a video all by itself. We'll be talking about how do you do these hand embroidery stitches. We'll be filming those in details so that if you do have any questions or maybe you're new to that, we can come alongside you and guide you through that process. And of course, we're here to answer any questions that you may have and just to share the fun and celebrate all that you're doing. And we want to see your photos as you're going. Of course, you'll need normal things, scissors, plenty of tracing tools, right? Both on the lighter colors and on the dark to be able to trace your hand embroidery lines. You've got needle threaders in case you have any challenges getting those needles threaded. If you are planning on fusible applique, Heat & Bond Light is a great choice for that. It works very nicely, and we've just had consistent, strong results with that product. We've been using it for a long, long time. Anytime you're cutting out wool, I love using really sharp scissors. We have the smaller kinds. We also have some Bordeaux, beautiful, a little bit more of an investment, but those scissors are absolutely worth it. If you're going to be working with wool, you want to have really, really sharp scissors. We love layering all these things together with Wonder Clips versus pins, and that way when we're doing our stitching and we're actually securing like the front to the back, that's just Wonder Clip together. So when we're doing our blanket stitch, everything is all secured. I've also put a book out here if you want to be able to see more of the stitching that we'll be doing throughout the program, or maybe add your own, you're inspired by maybe what's in that book, be sure to pick that up, and then you can add your own stitching and really you make this uniquely your own and different even than what we'll be showing you throughout the series. I'm excited about this. It was probably one of my favorite projects to get involved with. Just choosing the colors, choosing the thread, choosing the buttons was a lot of fun. And I know throughout this entire club, we're going to have a lot of fun together. Grab your spot. As I said, there's limited wool of these backgrounds here. When we do sell out, we expect that we'll be having to look for something else. But if these are the ones you love, jump in there today, grab a friend. I'll see you in the club once we get rolling, and that will be in September of 2020. See you then.